Within articles on the Idea Library of our website, we've shared several activities for the different ways you could introduce the 6 comprehension strategies to students. You will find a list of picture books you could read aloud and visual icons you could reveal and even song lyrics that you could sing with your students. But now I have another option for you, movie clips. After naming and defining each of the comprehension strategies, what if you then showed students a clip from a popular or familiar movie where the character is demonstrating that comprehension strategy, that thinking strategy? This is a concept my associates and I have been working on for a while, and I want to share some of our current favorite suggestions for the 6 comprehension strategies. When introducing retelling, what about a clip from the movie Up? Remember the old man Carl and him revisiting his life with his wife Ellie? He's retelling their life together through photos in a scrapbook. The present day images of him holding the scrapbook help set the time now versus the retelling of past images of their lives together before she died. So that short clip from Up would be great for retelling, and for main idea, what about the trailer for the movie The Martian? Remember, main idea is what the text is mostly about, and so I want to be able to show them the big picture, the whole movie, but I don't want to take that much time. That's why the trailer works so well. Within the short trailer, we see Matt Damon getting on the ship and then the disaster that strikes, and the whole movie has one message over and over. It's all about bringing home this astronaut. And that's the main idea, bring him home. For visualization, there are many clips that you could show. And a favorite, probably for elementary students, would be bedtime stories. Rather than reading a traditional storybook, Adam Sandler makes up a story at nighttime for his niece and nephew. He makes up the details, and then you actually see the scenes come to life as the 2 kids visualize the action happening in the story. For older readers, you might use Field of Dreams. James Earl Jones describing the baseball field to Kevin Costner. It doesn't get more descriptive than that. Or a clip from Remember the Titans. As Denzel Washington leads the football team to the site where the Battle of Gettysburg happened, he then describes the scene. As the team and other coaches look on, what I love is that it's not just visual. He uses all 5 senses. He tells you what things look like and smell like and feel like and taste like. To introduce reader questioning, we found a clip. Actually, it's a trailer for a Lemony Snicket book. The entire book trailer is told in questions. What's that noise? What's going on? Who is that? What is happening? Oh no! And at the very end, one last question. What's the name of that book? To introduce connections to your students, you want to have a clip that somehow connects one idea to another within a short few moments. And we have found Pitch Perfect, a short clip, might work. Remember the scene at the riff-off when they choose a category for the groups to then sing? And one of them was Ladies of the 80s. And so one group comes and starts singing, and the next group has to connect their song to the same ending word of the first group. And finally, for synthesis, I've got 2 suggestions for you. Remember, synthesis is kind of putting it all together and having a big realization, an aha, as many of us say. What about the ending of The Wizard of Oz? When Dorothy first wakes up back in her bed at the end of the movie, she spends so much time trying to explain which characters were in her dream and no, it really happened. And finally, after all of that, she says, "It doesn't matter. I'm home, and there's no place like home." And the other option for synthesis might be the clip from the movie Tangled, when Rapunzel realizes she is the lost princess. Remember when Rapunzel is laying on her bed and she's looking at that fabric and she sees that image, the starburst image, and then she looks up on her canopy and she sees it there too. And then she starts to think, and she's putting the pieces together. And she flashes back to a scene with her parents, and she sees more images and starbursts, and that is when she synthesizes. That is when she puts it together and realizes she is the lost princess. So, those are our current suggestions to introduce each of the 6 comprehension strategies. But I'm positive there are many more movie clips, video clips, and even commercials that would be ideal for introducing comprehension strategies. So if you have some suggestions, send them my way and we'll add them to this list.